So damn amazing, so damn amazing. Can't nobody do this. So damn amazing, so damn amazing, so damn amazing. Rocky Mountain Kings, we so damn amazing. Right, damn amazing. Rich, damn amazing. Colorado Springs, amazing. Phoenix, they're amazing. So damn amazing, so damn amazing. Can't nobody do this. So damn amazing. I wake up every morning, look in the mirror, I see amazing in the reflection, it can't get no clear. If life's a bitch, MistaTre too busy to hear. They say death chasing the lions while I'm too busy to fear. Woo! Tell the feds, stay off my case. Better tell the streets, the haters, stay up out our face. It ain't nothing to make a bitch disappear without a trace. Just like the desert where I'm from, the mountains, just place. My life's in this stuff, my Japanese work in the ditch. There's a shout out to DJ Kamikaze, and we feeling the stretch. It's so damn amazing just to be me. So damn complete, so A to the Z. They wanna see me fall so close to the top, but I'm so damn hot, I'm so MistaTre can't stop. Bet your chick love what I do, cause I'm so damn arcade, nigga, I'm so not you. So damn amazing, so damn amazing. Can't nobody do this, so damn amazing, so damn amazing, so damn amazing. Rocky Mountain Kings, we so damn amazing. Dre damn amazing, Rich damn amazing. Colorado Springs amazing, Phoenix they're amazing. So damn amazing, so damn amazing. Can't nobody do this, so damn amazing. So damn amazing, since '86, trying to fuck the game, I ain't trying to babysit. Baby bottom rappers down with that baby shit. Me plus the booth, rappers getting 86. Keep it 100 and I spit the greatest shit. They say I'm taking shots, but I ain't aiming shit. Homicide planes flying in your Navy ship. On the come up like when your lady spit. They sleeping on your boy, though I call it slumber games. I'm a starving artist and this a Hunger Games. Trying to get rich, made it through my dumber days. Hard DP, trying to get 100 ways. Running out of paper, bet I can't run away. Man, I need a pony like Faye Dunaway. Head on a swivel, looking every other way. They say life's a game, but I ain't come to play. I'm so damn amazing, so damn amazing. Can't nobody do this, so damn amazing, so damn amazing, so damn amazing. Rocky Mountain Kings, we so damn amazing. Dre damn amazing, Rich damn amazing. Colorado Springs amazing, Phoenix they're amazing. So damn amazing, so damn amazing. Can't nobody do this, so damn amazing.
Yeah, that's right. You are on the tide with the Doc. Hi, Tide Stick. We're back from break. It was a long break. Not really. It was like a week. I didn't even log out this morning. I was just like, oh, I gotta go do the radio show. I want to get up for school, Mom. My little cousin was in his bedroom laying on the floor. When I went in there this morning, he was the same thing. I don't want to get up, Mom. I had a long weekend, though. Like, I mean, I worked a crap load this weekend at my other job, and so it was a long weekend. By the way, opening music, So Damn Amazing by the Rocky Mountain Kings, MistaTre and Richest Dollar Pursuit, available for download. Let's see here. You could probably download it at the Rocky Mountain Kings page on Reverb Nation. I'll have it up on my Reverb Nation page as well. Also, for our music breaks today, we have Dirty Games and two-piece. So a little something. We're going to get into a lot of stuff today. There's been a lot going on. I mean, President Obama spoke this morning at the climate summit about climate change. Then, of course, let's see here. Let's see here. And then the video was reloaded by the Chicago Police Department, or released by the Chicago Police Department, shooting at Planned Parenthood in Colorado Springs, our former hometown where we used to broadcast from. And then, of course, the news that's circulating cannabis around the country and the globe. Um, probably, let's see here. Of course, there's cannabis busts continue in a marijuana-free Albania. So that's, of course, going to take us outside of the U.S. Bernie Sanders' latest proposal to end drug testing for weed. Very interesting news. And then, of course, there is the Marijuana Weekly News Roundup from 247wallstreet.com. So we've got a lot of news and et cetera to get through today. Stick with me, of course. It was like I said, we had fun on Thanksgiving. We went. It was a good break. So for the first half of the break, I spent a lot of time rehearsing for. You should rehearse every day if you're an artist, regardless. But so I spent a lot of time rehearsing, and then after that, I spent a lot of time. I spent a lot of time really just relaxing. I was learning to sail. I'm learning to sail. This is pretty dope. I got to admit that one. Like I'm learning to sail, and I don't know what to say about it. It's pretty cool. I dig it a lot. I had a lot of fun with that. So I want to get into the first thing about climate change real quick before we get to our first break, of course. Now, the times are a little offset right now as far as like how do you say it? We started at 7:30 instead of 7 due to a technical error. So like our break will be at like 7:50. But anyway, the whole point being is that the lighting wasn't working either. It's all bad. It was just all bad this morning. It was just all bad. But we're okay. We're gonna survive. We always do. But I'm still just like, man, challenges. And see, look, I said I didn't want to get up. I was like, I don't want to get up and go to the show. I was just tired. I worked my butt off this weekend. And then I'm like, every hump of the way I was hitting some type of technical difficulty. So it's been a challenging morning, but we're past that now. So anyway, so we had Thanksgiving break. Bye. We had Thanksgiving break. So what did we do? We went and like I said, I spent some time sailing and learning how to sail. We went to our family over in a place called Casa Grande or Grill or something like that. Palmetto. There you go. But in a really nice country club estate. Love you too. And we had Thanksgiving dinner over there, and it was delicious, man. You know, we got some leftovers. We got sent home with some leftovers. Like, you know, hey, nothing but love and peace to the people who send you home with leftovers. Get them little 1-gallon bags from, you know, the cheap ones, and just throw a bunch of food in each one of them for your guests, because that's what the people where I went did, and that was dope. Like, that was so awesome. And let me tell you that you folks out there that do not send people home with leftovers, y'all are messed up. Let me just tell you that. Y'all know you ain't right. You know that, right? Like, how you gonna send people home and you ain't gonna have no leftovers for them? That's dirty, bro. Like, that's super dirty, man. So and some of my friends recently faced this issue of the super dirtiness known as not sending anything home with your guests. It's messed up, bro. I'm just saying it's messed up, okay? That's all. Nothing serious, just it's messed up, dude. All right, so anyway, we have so much stuff to get to today that I can't even begin to tell you like how busy. It's just been a crazy week. It's been super duper busy, man. It was supposed to be my break week where I could relax. We all see how that went, right? So other than that, on this climate debate, which is being talked about right behind me, of course, on the in studio, keep up with the news thingamajigger called a TV. Shout out to CNN and all the folks over there. But and that really is our big breaking news issue right now. Is that the breaking news about climate change is that President Obama, has quoted, using other quotes and saying, "Hey, listen, guys, we are the first generation in the history of the planet to feel the effects of climate change, and we are the last that can do something about it." I couldn't agree more with the president on this one. Uh, Absolute fact, sir. The bottom line is we cannot continue on the course we're going. Something has to be done. For all my uber conservatives out there, I just want to remind you that climate change is real. I mean, how much longer are we going to continue to pretend like there's like something's not like something isn't going on? That just seems so stupid to me that we're going to pretend like something is not going on. Insanity. It's insane. I mean, at the end of the day, guys, look, we all live here. It's our planet. We got to take care of it together. It has to happen. There's just no way around that. You know what I mean? And the longer we continue to do nothing is the more likely that problems will persist. And so anyway, as we always seem to be playing on this Facebook real quick here. So I don't I think that the one thing that I just have a really hard time with is like people legitimately do not realize that how, well, I guess maybe how stupid they sound when you really think about it. You're like, hey guys, listen, climate change is real. There's no way around that. You can continue to try to deny it, but you're making yourself look like an asinine. Trust me. It is what it is. You know what I mean? And so are we going to continue to pretend like something's not going on, or are we going to legitimately start to try to do something for it? And I think that that's really my biggest concern at this point too, is how can you continue to deny something that absolutely has been scientifically proven? And I think that that's my biggest like aggravation with really the conservative party more than anything at this point. Well, okay, no, there, I'm not even gonna lie, there's so many things that they piss me off about. um but even knowing that, even knowing that, there's still no denying climate change, and it's driving me insane because at this point you have to like I said, you have to take a step back. You have to go, hey, listen, okay, look, bro, climate change is real as hell. There's no denying this anymore. We can't pretend like it's not happening. We can't continue to ignore science. Again, we are the last generation that can do something about this. And I think a lot of the old fogies, I'm gonna call you out on your shit, our Republican geriatric homies sit back and try to tell themselves that climate change isn't real. And the problem is that not only is it, here's the thing, is this, not only is it real, not only is it irrefutably 100% completely real, I think that by denying it only makes these gentlemen look even stupider, because you're denying something that is backed by science, dude. Like, I'll play the God card. You continue to believe in a God that there's no proof of their existence. There's not one factual piece of evidence. Not one fact of evidence that your God exists, but you'll continue to believe in that on the conservative evangelical side, and you believe that God controls the weather. Well, if God controls the weather, there wouldn't be hurricanes that wipe people off the face of the earth. If God controlled the weather, there wouldn't be tsunamis that literally killed or injured or misplaced or damaged over 250,000 people. There wouldn't be these things. So the reality is respect the science, or you're going to be in trouble. Respect the science. You have to respect the science. That is probably one of the biggest like driving things that is going to drive me nuts in this world, is that. We're going to move on to the next story. Next story is, of course, and I would say that it's probably one of the most disturbing. The video of the young man shot last October by the Chicago Police Department, where claims were made that the individual or suspect was unruly or creating problems, whatever the case may be. The bottom line is that at the end of the day, they said that he made aggressive behavior towards them, that he was acting as if he was a threat, and so much more. And then you watch this and you're like, okay, when did this kid make that move? You know what I mean? Like, when did this kid make that move? When did this kid go towards these officers as was claimed? Okay? When did this happen? Disturbing video. Disturbing video is the best I can tell you right now, though. As a matter of fact, it's one of those things where at this point I look at it and I go, it's bad enough, people, that if you want to watch it, this goes back to the Ray Rice incident last year when it was last year when I broke that story on the air live, as it unfolded on the internet and TMZ. I broke that story live, and I told you I didn't want to watch the video, but because of being a reporter, I really didn't have much of a choice. Wasn't a whole lot of an option. It really wasn't. I'm periscoping, by the way. For those of you watching, you're probably like, what the hell is he doing in the background? I'm periscoping because I can actually multitask. I can talk to you about what we're talking about and still multitask. So, anyway, I think the Chicago Police Department, for lack of better words, has so much like problems issues, etc., that they have to deal with right now. But that isn't even the half of it. That's really not the half of it at all. I mean, it's the video is disturbing people. And I think it's something that within that realm of that video, I think that you guys really, 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 and I mean this too, you guys really, 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 really should take a listen or a look at that video. It is absolutely disturbing. Like, it's bad, guys. I mean, I don't know any other way to say it. It's so bad. It's beyond what you would consider bad. By the way, shout out to everybody following us on Periscope. What up, Periscope? I just wanted to say what's up to all y'all out there in Periscope. We got a few people watching right now on Periscope with the behind the scenes camera. We're back in the studio, of course, after Thanksgiving break, discussing the shooting in Chicago from a little over a year ago with Laquan McDonald was, what I have to call now, massacred. Police claims during this whole ordeal or this incident, the police really claimed that that the kid had made an aggressive move or had went towards them. And the disturbing part of that is that when you look at that at the end of the day, it's just that's not what you see in the video. Is he high on PCP? Sure, fine. But that's not the problem. The problem is that regardless of whether he's high on PCP or not, and whether or not he was wielding a knife, and this is at a point where officers have to have some balls. I'm going to call it out right now. This guy's a big giant vagina. This cop's a vajayjay. And let me tell you why. Because a 17-year-old kid, had you so scared that you hopped out of a car and gunned him down with 16 rounds. 6 seconds. I mean, you gotta be fucking kidding me. It's the reality of it, though, folks. This is the times we live in. This is what the hell happens. Cops kill people. People go, oh, you can't say that. You can't say that. You can't say that. That's messed up. Fuck that. I can't say that. Shit, I got a radio show that's live on YouTube every day. I can say what the fuck I want, first off. Second off, First Amendment freedom of speech, I'll say what the fuck I want because while I'm American, inside American borders, I have that freedom. Third thing, every time one of these stupid web pages starts playing in the background, it drives me nuts. I don't think anybody can hear it except the people on Periscope. Where's it coming from? You know, it's got to be CNN's website. Just for the record, you guys, CNN's website, it's not a bad website or anything like that, but damn it if they don't freaking if they don't kill me. How can I mute that? Screw it, I'm closing it. You guys are killing me, CNN, just for the record. But anyway, so again, kind of back to the point that we're making, and you can watch us live on YouTube right now as well. You can go to, of course, High Tide Stick, search it on YouTube. We're live every day, Monday through Friday. The times vary due to I'm a real working Joe and I have a real other job. And so whatever my real other job is or schedule is, I will work around that because guess what? They pay my bills right now, not you. Fair enough. With that said, like I said, I'm not going to post a video to the website. I'm not going to give any vindication to this story because I think that Laquan McDonald was, despite, and here's the thing is I don't want to get away from the fact that this was a very troubled young man. I cannot exit that fact that something was obviously troubling about this kid. However, troubled youth or not, that kid was gunned down. And that's my problem with that video is that he's obvious. And for those of you that are watching at home or on YouTube or on Periscope, you have the two cops right here, and you have Laquan McDonald right here, and he's drifting like sort of forward and away from the cops. And the cops stated that he made an aggressive move at him, but what I saw was an officer get out of a vehicle and take 3 or 4 steps, gun drawn, and then begin to gun down the kid. 6 seconds from the time that door opened on the police officer's vehicle and he got out to the time that he gunned down that kid. I cannot begin to explain to you the heads I would be trying to acquire at that time. It's ironic that on the night Rahm Emanuel was elected mayor of Chicago in 2011, he framed his victory as one for Chicagoans who wanted to see the old ways of the city melt away. Yet, the old ways of the cities looked tried and true, Chicago, didn't you? Didn't you, Chicago? Chicago, didn't you? Chicago Police Department, you gunned down that kid and then you tried to cover it up. That's a damn shame. Just a damn shame. Almost, the word I would say is spiteful. And this is what's been going on. The sort of the sort of good old boys club, as they say, still exists in Chicago. Don't get it twisted. Not going to change anytime soon either. Promise you. Chicago Police Department, you've got a black eye. Mr. Mayor, you as well. What have you changed? What have you fixed? What's different? Because right now, guys, the answer is nothing. The answer's been nothing. We'll be right back after the break. For those of you following us on Periscope, continue to stick with us after the break. We'll be back to start the next podcast after the break. And for those of you, of course, at home, you guys get the extended version as we go into break. But anyway, again, insanely disturbed by this video. If this video doesn't make you worry about your kids, I don't know what would. We're going to be back right after the break. I'm the Doc MistaTre, of course. You're on High Tide Stick Radio. High Tide Stick Radio reminds you to not do anything stupid on marijuana. You know, like get busted by your parents. You're listening to the Doc on High Tide Stick. Trezona Graphic Design, leading Colorado Springs and Tampa in graphic designs for events, concerts, weddings, and more. Visit us on Facebook at Trezona or email us at trezonallc@gmail.com. We do everything, even beautiful weddings. Need ink? Tired of getting shafted by artists that say they know what they're doing? And or even worse, charging for subsequent work? Then you need the crew, the ink crew that is, at Living Art Tattoo. Living Art Tattoo artists are well trained and they're diverse in the customer experience. It's the ultimate goal of owner Big Mike. Living Art Tattoo, located on Airport and Academy in Colorado Springs. Stop by the only location where integrity matters. And yes, it hurts. You're listening to the Doc MistaTre on YouTube Live. Yeah, I'm a real doctor. Like Dr. Phil's a real doctor. Only sexier. Yeah. Bald, but sexier. Yeah. All right, welcome back. You're on High Tide Stick with the Doc, MistaTre. It is, of course, Monday, November 30th, and we are absolutely getting it in. Right now, breaking news out of France. The president recently speaking on climate change. We just discussed that in the first segment and the effects of climate change. And, you know, I like what he said when he said, and he used an old quote from back in the day, and he said, we are the first generation to feel the effects of climate change, and we are the last one that can effect or make a difference in a positive way. That is. Also, in the last segment, we were discussing, of course, the shooting in Chicago that left a teen dead a little over a year ago, Laquan McDonald, wielding a knife. Police allege that he made a aggressive move and or attempted to come at them, and that's why he fired. The officer in question, who's now being held without bond, or maybe it's either way. I don't think he's going to be able to afford the bond. A black eye for the Chicago Police Department, if there ever was one. A black eye for law enforcement across the country as we already continue to deal with this. I, again, cannot begin to continue to tell you how disturbed I am by this video. Just a heads up. Cannot begin to tell you how disturbed I am by this video. It is absolutely and utterly disturbing. It's just terrible. That video, of course, released over Thanksgiving while we were on break. And I don't know. Like I said, I am again utterly disturbed by that. It's just one of those ones where I go like, if that was my kid that got gunned down by a cop, despite whatever transgressions they are in or involved in, that's, I mean, just think about the families. Just think about the families for a second who have to somehow, and I say somehow, figure out a way how to move forward. Welcome back from the break, everybody on Periscope, watching on YouTube Live, or listening across the globe. Welcome back to the show. Again, those are the two subjects that we covered before we went to break. And those subjects, again, like I said, President Obama speaking on climate change, that's as real as it gets. We're the last generation that can do something to stop it or reverse it or begin to fix it and lighten the carbon footprint that we leave on this planet. We're also the first to feel the effects of it. I mean, beads of sweat rolling down my face right now here in Florida. It's 80 degrees every freaking day, whether it's winter or summer, which I love, by the way. I'm not complaining. I just want to be very clear for all my fans out there. I am not complaining about the weather, not even the slightest bit. I love the weather down here. The weather down here is amazing, let me tell you. But anyway, so again, I think that a little disturbing for me, at least, that they really wanted to release, or excuse me, the police resisted wanting to release the dash cam video of the shooting. And that's what's scary, is because the mayor was hesitant to release the video, which tells you that that's suspect right there. But then more worse than that, they settled I think it was out of court for $5 million with the kid's family, which means, you know, I look at it like this. Whenever you settle out of court, you're already admitting guilt. I don't care. End of story. Don't care. It's just one of those ones that it's going to continue to disturb me, because you killed a kid, dude. Like, you really just murdered a kid. You got out of your car and 6 seconds later you shot and murdered a kid. That's it. That's the end of it. There isn't some crazy, like, weird twist to it. You're a police officer. Your first job as a cop is to de-escalate the situation. You hop out the car 6 seconds later, a kid's dead. Explain it. You can't. You can't explain it justifiably, and that's why you're going to trial for murder. Merry Christmas, welcome to America. We're everywhere we like to put everybody in jail. Am I lying? 25% of the world's inmates incarcerated here in the US. We like to put people in jail here. That's kind of our thing. You know, when people go, that's my thing. I go in the US putting people in jail. That's their thing. Just absolutely and utterly disturbed by this though. I mean, like I can't be again, I can't continue to explain to you how like just you should be disturbed by this. Like on legitly, you really should. So in marijuana, because we got to get to our weed stuff too. I mean, there's so much that's went on. We're gonna, and also in the last break, we are gonna get after the next break here in about I don't know 10 minutes, I believe it is. We're gonna get into the in the last break, we're gonna get into the active shooter in Colorado Springs. That's where we came from before we came to Tampa, Florida. We were in Colorado Springs, and so we want to we want to make sure that we represent the home front and talk about some of these things as extremists here in our own country are a problem. Don't forget to watch the inside. Don't forget to watch who's already here. Timothy McVeigh, Oklahoma City bombing, Alphabet bomber, or whatever the hell he was called, the Unabomber. There we go. And then what was the other one? Oh, the Atlantic Olympic bombing. Everybody forgets about that back in like '96. That kind of used to be the thing to do too. Let's go bomb an Olympic event. Let's go blow up our best athletes in the world. Fucking idiot. So this story comes to us from 247 Wall Street or Wall List, is it? No, it's Wall Street, wallstreet.com. A major story in marijuana-related news during the short holiday week comes from a study by King College in Pennsylvania where researchers reported a correlation between smoking a high-potency strain of cannabis called skunk with changes in the white matter connections between the left and right hemisphere of the brain. Other earlier studies have linked marijuana to psychosis and it's schizophrenia, which I'm assuming is like a euphoric state. In this recent study, the damage to the white matter was present in the skunk smokers, regardless of whether or not the user showed symptoms of psychosis. Skunk is a widely used term for marijuana with THC content exceeding 10% and in some cases approaching 30%. THC is the psychoactive ingredient in cannabis, of course. The study was authored by Paula Dazan. So it is important to note that the correlation does not demonstrate caution. So it says still the study does not indicate that high potency cannabis could be related to psychosis and that it should be enough to give users about their practices. There are other important news stories for the week. With that said, so this story from 247, we'll post this to the Facebook page as well for High Tide Stick. But this is one of those ones where I go, I don't know. I want to like you're just kind of it's kind of like a little blurb on a marijuana content website, and so my only concern with that is that I want to make sure that what's the story. I mean, it's not from I think it was like USA Today or somebody that might have been the one that was might be the one who backs this news group. I can't remember. See, that's one of those weird ones where it's hard to keep up with who's backing who out there in the world. But I don't know if I agree with the study. I'm a little I'm put off by this. Okay, I'm just gonna be real with you guys. For all of you listening to us out there on YouTube and across the globe through all the various radio re-rod broadcasts, and of course all you folks out there on Periscope on the behind the scenes video right now with us, I want to give y'all a shout out, number love, bam, peace out to y'all, everybody, all the cameras, hi. But anyway, again, disturbing. Disturbing. Don't forget, if you want to watch us on YouTube, you can watch us right on YouTube at, of course, High Tide Stick. Just search it on YouTube. We don't always have the behind the scenes Periscope, so it is actually better probably to be on the YouTube page or whatever. But, when we can do the behind the scenes Periscope and stuff, we will. It is hot in this studio, by the way. It is super duper hot. I'll tell you who's not hot. Me right now. Just sweaty and it's hot today though. And I forgot to turn the air conditioner on in the studio before I started the show. So and I'm looking at this cup of coffee going during the next break. That might be my rundown. So and we are approaching our last break. Again, for all of you guys out there on Periscope, as we approach the music break, I just want to tell y'all that we love you and we'll be back after the break. And for all you folks out there in TV land or YouTube land, thank you for viewing and watching. And don't forget, you can watch past episodes on our website as well. One thing I will tell you too is that one great episode, or some of the best episodes that we have, I've been listening to all the old episodes again and again and again, and finding just the funniest ones and the most real ones, and the ones that, like the ones that shit gets real, and all the good interviews and everything. And I've been looking through them and trying to get you guys a really good lineup of sort of a High Tide Sticks best of kind of deal. Right now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get ready to go to break here. And we'll be back after the break, of course, as always. Of course, we'll see you guys. Anybody, again, thank you everybody listening and whatnot. To, of course, me, the Doc MistaTre here on YouTube. It's been fun. And of course, I love you guys to death. So just stick with us. We'll be back after the break. I'm the Doc MistaTre, and if you're of course listening to us on High Tide Stick, High Tide Stick Radio, baby. Whoa, whoa. High Tide Stick wants to remind you to drive safe when consuming cannabis, or at least do the posted speed limits. 30 and a 60. I mean, who does that? When I wanted to start getting a tattoo along my sleeve, I shopped around. I had already experienced a bad tattoo and feared another artist claiming to be good would do the same. When I walked into Living Art Tattoo, that's not what happened. The customer-friendly staff at Living Art Tattoo began from step one, letting me make the choices. My artist, my day, my time, and most importantly, my artwork. We sat down together and we worked together, and they listened to my needs. I wouldn't go anywhere else unless I moved away. Just kidding. Living Art Tattoo, located in Colorado Springs. Right now, you can set an appointment at 719-578-9688. Try calling today. Tell them the doc sent you.
Straight to the inside. Dirty DG for life. Look at my ride, that motherfucker walking. The streets is watching, I know they watching. She said she wanna fuck me in the backseat of my office. The walls pounding, the cameras clocking. Look at my ride, that motherfucker walking. The streets is watching, I know they watching. She said she wanna fuck me in the backseat of my office. The walls pounding, the cameras clocking. When I wake up, that my whip look tight and shiny like the glitter. And I Instagram that pic, and I posted it up on Twitter. You can see my rims, they shining. 24 inches, they spinning. You can tell by my pockets blowing up like the lotto, so I'm winning. I'll tell you right now, baby, I live my life like shady. 6 figure my dollars in a pair of twins and $1 million, baby. 10 screens where they falling. My old mama for ballin'. My baby mama, she blow my line. Man, she won't stop calling. My backseat to be so large. Black 10, no credit cards. We in the back, I beat it down. And baby, I do a free charge. Can't be hating that ghost pattern. All these chicks go straight bananas. My rear view be thumping hard. Hanging off that red bandana.
Looking around, that motherfucker hawking. The streets is watching, I know they watching. She said she wanna fuck me in the backseat of my office. The wolf is pounding, the camera's rocking. Looking around, that motherfucker hawking. The streets is watching, I know they watching. She said she wanna fuck me in the backseat of my office. The wolf is pounding, the camera's rocking. Look how they watching, look how they watching. Drop the screens and turn the beat up, ain't gon' watch them jock, man. I'm gripping wood wheels and blowing out some broccoli. Behind the limo, chick windows rolled up so they can't stop me. Their pointed folks is clean, I think I need to join a car show. Gotta match the whip, so my whole fucking grill chrome. And my girl gone, but she bad as fuck. On the leather in the backseat, fucking with her feet up. Man, that whip too flossy, two-tone candy paint is glossing. Working long nights in the Navy, so I call that bitch my office. Put the camera in the dash so I can play it back and watch it. Fuck it, let's make a movie, put it on the disc and profit. Look at my ride, that motherfucker hawking. The streets is watching, I know they watching. She said she wanna fuck me in the backseat of my office. The wolf was pounding, the camera's rocking. Look at my ride, that motherfucker hawking. The streets is watching, I know they watching. She said she wanna fuck me in the backseat of my office. The wolf was pounding, the camera's rocking.
Voice activation, make it start. Push a button, make it rock. Limo 10, you ain't got the trick. Shut it, we can chop before after dark. Why chill in my backseat? You with the biz, we not deep. All roof, baby, no sheep. It's dirty games, means no sleep. Patron on tap, keep it drunk. Rock, rim the crowd, keep it crunk. I'm Trojan man, you the MJ, and yo, hell, kid, yo, space camp dog. Looney Tunes is my rims. 36 and they big. All my choppers hella long, they chrome down, won't fit. Blasting off in them rockets, 20K in their pockets. Cali Kush is super bomb in Colorado, no diet. My whip looking on fire, my Pittsburgh go higher. My chalk game Hiroshima, kryptonite, Shelly and quiet. DJ no blast beats, water world in my backseat. Airbags popping off, automatic discs yelling, help me. My whip amazing and fabulous, I'm a superstar, chip scandalous. My supercar rims got TVs, dirty games don't rattle us.
Look at my ride, that motherfucker hawking. The streets is watching, I know they watching. She said she wanna fuck me in the backseat of my office. The wolf was pounding, the camera's rocking. Look at my ride, that motherfucker hawking. The streets is watching, I know they watching. She said she wanna fuck me in the backseat of my office. The wolf was pounding, the camera's rocking.
High Tide Stick is a cannabis content, news, political, and entertainment show for 21 and up. So do what you always do. Put your headphones on, close the door, kick the siblings out, and let's go. It's High Tide Stick with the Doc live. Oh, yeah. We are back in the house again. And we got a guest on the phone. What up, Chris?
What is going on, Mr. Trey?
Same old, bro. So, how was your... We took a week off from the show, right? So, how was your break?
It was good. Good. Family, lots of food.
Lots of food? Okay, so now, did you host?
Oh, yeah.
So you hosted Thanksgiving?
Oh, yeah.
At your house, you mean?
Yeah. And yeah, I did all the cooking and pies and cakes. And
how the hell I didn't get an invite then, you jerk? No, I'm just kidding.
I could send you photos.
Right? I can do the same for you. That's about it.
I've seen some of your food.
Dude, I'm telling you, like, I am all about my gay homies hosting any good party. Seriously.
Oh, for real? Yeah,
Dude,
they
I'm
hold the
telling you,
best.
like, shout out to, let me give him a shout out right now, too. Dennis, his name is Dennis Cologne, and he has been a friend of my family. He's actually my cousin, Kelly, my roommate, cousin Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
He is her best friend.
Oh, really? Hey, how come I hear echo? I can hear myself talk.
That's my fault. It's because I have you on a speaker. I can't find my headphones. Is that better?
I'm like, hello, hello, hello. Yeah, that's great.
Hold on. You know what? I wonder if I turn the gain down on my mic, it won't pick you up as well in the background. There we go. How's that?
Hey, check, check. Yeah, I can't hear myself anymore.
Okay, good. Because I don't want you to hear yourself. I need to hear you, though.
Well, it's like I was talking and then I could hear myself again.
It's that phone echo. You got to love it.
How was the weather down there for you for Thanksgiving?
It was actually really nice. Like, in all honesty, it was really nice. Not only was the weather really nice, but like, dude, I've been doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Like, I've been up to some shenanigans and somehow working more hours than I've ever worked for that restaurant.
Right?
And I've been up, dude, like I've been up to some serious, like, you know, like nuclear level shenanigans lately. Like I went sailing and then I went sailing at night. I went to a kava bar and tried kratom. And do you even know what that is, by the way?
No, I don't.
You and I need to have a kratom kava conversation. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to get somebody who's like, either way, better than me at this, okay?
Uh-huh. And more of an expert then is what you're saying.
Well, yeah, because I don't know much about this stuff. Not even gonna lie to you, bro. Really don't. I just know that it's crazy. Like, there's one dude, like, if you drink, like, with it, if that makes sense.
Really?
There's one that if you drink with it, it will whoop you up. Seriously, I'm not even kidding you.
So how about all this crazy shit that's going on in the news, though?
Oh, you want to go straight into that, huh? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no. Funny enough, you know, and it's no secret out there. Anybody who watches any type of news or media or anything like that, they all know what's going on too. I mean, it's like I said again, it's not a big secret. You know, that there was a huge active shooter incident in Colorado Springs, which of course is my old hometown. You've actually been there to visit, and so you know how kind of it's real a simple, kind of cool little place to go, you know, get lost in for a week and just get totally stoned out of your mind. And so to have an active shooter there, it's really kind of thrown me back. 3 dead, 3 civilian. It was 3 dead, 9 more in the hospital.
Including an officer.
Yeah, including a UCCS campus police officer, which, by the way, just for you folks out there, so you know, that doesn't make him any less of a cop. As a matter of fact, he probably was scrutinized more than even the regular police department to get that position. And so he's from what I understand, a very decent police officer. And, you know, whether you look at the cops as friend or foe, this man was gunned down trying to help or protect other people and save lives. And so salute to him, and you know, just thoughts and prayers for his family, as well as the other 2 civilian victims that were gunned down, you know, just shamelessly gunned down by this guy. And I want to ask you something, Chris. Why do you think, first off, do you agree with the liberal media that Planned Parenthood was targeted? A, and B, do you believe that that this was like a sort of, you know, conservative driven extremism?
No. I think it was some crazy nut job that, you know, here's one of the biggest problems right out of the jump. If the media would stop putting all this stuff out there and publicizing it to make themselves look better or whatever you would want to call it, then maybe some of these whack jobs that are out there wouldn't be getting ideas.
Okay, so
do I think it was planned? No, that guy is probably a little out in left field and decided that he was going to be the one that takes care of the issue.
So you think he just woke up one day and said, you
Well,
know, fuck
that's all you hear about on. Yeah.
Okay, no, that's fair. I'm not questioning you. I just wanted to clarify for the the
Yeah.
listeners and the viewers out there, like
That's exactly
what you mean.
Well, yeah, because they publicize it. That's all you hear day after day after day after day on the news. All this bad shit, and this guy snapped basically.
What I don't understand. So okay, and I did an exercise like this for psychology. I forget which class it was that I did this for, but we did an exercise. We were prohibited from watching the news for an entire week. If the news came on, now you have to understand that when we did this study, this was back in like 2001 when we did this exercise. So you didn't have that social media thread coming to you, you know, via
instant message.
yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, the best you could hope for was like a CNN visit,
Right.
like seeing the news or catching the nightly news. I mean, yes, you could get the news on the internet, but most of us, dude, back then, the only time I really ever used the internet, in all honesty, was for like research for a class. I almost never used the internet back then.
Right. Right. You didn't hear about it unless you were at home in front of the TV and it was breaking news. You know, nowadays if something crazy happens, it's like instantaneous. You got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. I mean, Periscope.
I'm periscoping right now.
Right, exactly. But I mean, that's an instant feed. If anything were to happen, say at your house, someone broke in and robbed it, everybody and their mom would know. You know, it would spread like wildfire.
Well, I agree. I absolutely agree.
Now, is that bad for some things? No, because I mean, there's a lot of information out there that people have access to now that do help. You know,
Right.
It's instituted a movement on legalization of medical marijuana everywhere.
Well, and here's my second. Sorry, I just banged the hell out of the mic. But anyway, and here's my other question: is not only that, but I this is a weed show, obviously, right? So we want to bring it back to marijuana. Could marijuana have helped this guy with his sort of mental transgressions, if you would?
Could have calmed him down and kept him from doing something. Possible.
Yeah.
Possible.
Okay.
Absolutely. And no doubt in my mind, I mean, they try to give medications that they synthesize in labs to do the same thing that marijuana would do for you.
Are we losing the mental fight on or the fight against like sort of mental breakdowns? I mean, in this country, legitly. I mean, I'm kind of wondering, man.
Yeah, it does make you wonder.
Because that sort of seems to be the fabric for these nut jobs. Let's just keep it real. These whack jobs. That sort of seems to be the continued fabric of their claim is, I just sort of woke up yesterday and fucking snapped. Well, great, but you just killed a bunch of kids or a bunch of people. You killed people who woke up to go to a doctor's appointment because that's the place that they can afford to go to, despite the fact that they may do abortions or not. And now, you and I, Chris, we do not actually agree on abortion. We have some agreements within it, but we don't agree because I'm completely 100% pro-choice. I don't have a JJ, do your thing, ladies, all about you.
Oh yeah, I'm absolutely for that too.
Oh, I thought we had some disagreements in there or something like that.
Well, I'm sure we do, a point here or two, but
yeah, but I'm
not a woman.
Issue.
What a woman wants to do with her body, she should have control over.
Right, and I think that's my biggest concern with that, and so and I think that's the tone of this, and why people are kind of trying to shove it back onto right wing media, is the tone of this conversation really goes to, is he only watching like Fox News and reading The Conservator and stuff like that, and he only listens to Rush Limbaugh in the car, how you like that one? How motivated or how driven or how pushed was he to snap, or how driven. This is my concern is I hope we can, divvy into, sometimes I absolutely hate, fuck the Patriot Act, fuck you Patriot Act. But there are times like now where it's going to be very useful because we're going to look into this guy's life like it's never been looked into. This guy's going to be vetted better than an FBI agent.
Oh yeah, they're gonna probe him.
They're going to probe him like aliens, buddy. Woo!
Yeah.
Right up the bunghole. Only he's dead, so at least he ain't got to feel it. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, he's not dead. He's actually in custody. But again, I think that with this guy, my concern is how pushed was he? Have you ever watched any of these evangelical channels, or have you ever watched or have you ever listened to Rush Limbaugh?
Oh yeah,
I'm wondering, can the families of these victims sue some of these people who are literally giving a call to action on their radio shows, on their television shows, on their news reports? They're giving a call to action. They're saying, we have to do something to stop this. This is a tragedy. How many times have you heard that?
Hundreds. And
then you get some fucking whack job that gets no, like me, I DV to very many news media outlets. I don't care if they're conservative, if they're liberal or not. I check the ticker based on who the hell put something up in the last X amount of time frames. I search, you know what I'm saying, based on this topic. That's how I find the news that's the most realistic and up to date. And then I vet those and I find the one that seems to be the most genuine, like legit, right? And so this is what everybody does if you're smart. But what tends to happen is we get our favorite anchor. This is why your anchor is always sexy. We get our favorite anchor.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I gotta watch her. Robin Meade, bro, super hot.
Loyalty to a station.
Right? Or loyalty to a station. I've been listening to the station since I got to this city. I've been listening to the station since you know?
Right.
It's the same reason why 50-year-old rappers can still sell out a 300-man venue, because I got to go check out Snoop, because I've been listening to Snoop since I was a kid.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's really, that honestly is no different. I mean, again, that's so minute compared to legit shit, but I'm just saying, like, it's no different. It really isn't.
It's repetitiveness. When you beat things into people's heads, it's gonna stay there.
Well, I think that's where we're losing the war. And like I said, in the psychological factor, we're losing the war because we are swayed. I mean, let's be honest. It's called environmental factors. I mean, that's the scientific term for it, or the clinical term for it is environmental factors, because I am a liberal Buddhist who believes in free will and love, kind of a hippie, and look at kind of how I came about. How was I when I was 18 years old? I was a centered conservative who voted Republican.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to college and found out life was way cooler than that.
Different.
Okay, I won't say cooler. I'll say different. Cheers.
But see, here's the con to all this, though. You know, you got the shooting in Chicago.
Yeah.
Had that video never gotten out, that cop would have surely gotten away with that.
Well, I tell people, you don't find it fucking ironic. The mayor's gonna have to answer for this. I'm dead serious. The district attorney, the state investigative groups, somebody's gonna answer for this, and somebody's off with their fucking heads, because it's blatantly ironic to me that this officer is just now, a year later, being charged. That video, I could have watched that video. Probably, you gotta give the benefit of the doubt to investigation. I could have watched that video in regular speed 100 times and in slow-mo 100 more, and came to that conclusion within the first month, max, bro. Max.
Within the first week.
Well, no, I'm just trying to give the benefit of due process here. You know?
Well, yeah.
Because then you got to take it to your boss, and he's going to watch it 100 times to make sure that you're not fucking crazy. Right. You go charge a cop, a Chicago cop, and the problem is that here we are, back to the good old boys club once again.
Uh-huh.
Nobody's worried. Nobody's wondering about that. Nobody's worried about that, and that freaks me out, because I'm going like, how the fuck does nobody care about the good old boys club?
Right, exactly. It's got to stop. It can't be the way it is, all hush hush. If there's someone doing something that shouldn't be doing, then the other officers should be obligated to inform their CEO about what the hell is going on. And if they don't, they should be held accountable.
Absolutely. Well, Chris, I'm going to let you get out of here because we're coming to the end of the show. We're going to get out of here too. I actually have a very long shift over the next few days because my boss got hurt. And so I got to cover all his stuff. And I've been covering all his shifts. So I've gotten like 10 hours of sleep in the last 2 days and total. And one was 3, though. And the other was 7. And I was coming off of having a good evening, drinking, having a few drinks. And but anyway, so I got to go do that. And then I'm going sailing tonight, I think, for a little bit.
Right.
I'm up on the same, but I'll tell you what, let's talk tomorrow, bro. If you got time, the show will be at 7 a.m. And so we'll talk tomorrow. And if you do, like I said, if you do have time.
Yeah, I'm going to send you a link on something I'd like to talk about tomorrow, too. It's about our attorney general.
Absolutely. I'll do the, I'll do my due diligence. Sometimes I don't like, sometimes I don't like to look at the link, and I like to let you bring the story and me just be the commentator. But on this one, I want to go ahead and read it. So I'm going to check it out when sometime today and when I'm on break or something, and make sure that I'm prepared to discuss this story with you. And I'll, of course, bring the story to our folks that are watching us on Periscope. Shout out to Periscope again. Peace out on YouTube and Facebook. Chris, thanks again, as always. And, of course, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yep, absolutely, bro.
All right, bro. So confused. So that was Chris, of course, Chris Watkins, our Michigan insider. Love that dude to death. That is my boy, man. We are going to go ahead and get out of here. It is, like I said, it's that time. We definitely have to get out of here. We got to get off the show. For all of you, of course, again, on Periscope, thanks for listening or watching. We love you guys. Peace. I definitely want to continue this conversation about this active shooter tomorrow. Unfortunately, we've ran out of time today, so we're not going to be able to, keep this one going, as they say. But I definitely, again, it's just, are we breeding extremism in this country? Are we driving people to do things like murder a bunch of people at a damn Planned Parenthood? Are we driving people to bomb federal buildings? Are we driving people to go crazy? I mean, how many whack jobs out there got all these like crazy stuff going on, that's just beyond just, a shooter at Planned Parenthood? Again, are you concerned? If you're not, why are you not concerned? Is my concern. Scary times ahead. Freaking scary times ahead. I'm frightened by this, by the way. I am absolutely frightened by what's going on in the world. We're going to get out of here. You've been on High Tide Stick with the Doc, MistaTre. I'm out. Sucker fish. Big easy. Peace. You've been listening to the Doc MistaTre. That's right, I'm a real doctor, like Dr. Phil's a doctor, only sexier and bald. Yeah, he's bald too, I know. High Tide Stick with the Doc, live Monday through Friday.
What it do, fatty? Two behind. Do it big. Yeah, gang. Yeah.
Once I started, stayed on my grind. Yeah. Nigga Grit told me don't waste no time. No. Smoking big dope, shit smell like pine. I drive a foreign and the wheels look fine. Nigga boring, his flow is not like mine. Couple hundred, this just to watch my tongue. Niggas boring, slow is not like mine. A couple hundreds just to watch my tongue. Since I was young, I was doing nickels and dollars and nuggets. Ever since they robbed me, trust and believe I was busting, smoking like a zombie. So gave my niggas a nugget, dice in my G got me. All my niggas couple busting, once I started, stayed on my grind. Nigga grit told me don't waste no time. Smoking big dope, shit smell like pine. I drive a foreign and the wheels look fine. Niggas boring, his flow is not like mine. Couple hundred just to watch my tongue. Niggas boring, his flow is not like mine. Couple hundred just to watch my tongue.
Hey, my hood said get you, so fuck you. You, your dead homies, and your pistols. I'm from Gameville. We don't talk to get you. The bullets out this bitch sounding like a Russian missile. I've been a real nigga, I just dabble like that. And I be on in Houston, Texas, like I'm rapping like. Use a cartoon character, Facebook thug, need a Grammy, you an actor. Push the ball, me with no ammo in the gun. I got a top on the way and 100-round drum. The difference between me and you haters is I'm winning. The label left a nigga, I bounce back in the pen.
Once I started, stayed on my grind. Nigga grit told me don't waste no time. Smoking big dope, shit smell like pine. I drive a foreign and the wheels look fine. Niggas boring, his flow is not like mine. Couple hundred just to watch my tongue. Niggas boring, his flow is not like mine. A couple hundred just to watch my tongue.
Hey, I'm in the studio, grinding with no pen or pad. They gave a right nigga money, now you at his mad. Shit, my belly was on E. I can feel the hunger. Ever go broke, I turn your block into a fucking song. I left the West Coast to bring back my street cred. I don't know why niggas eating when the streets dead. I know what these live when they think I don't. And now I leave a nigga stinking. You think I won't? Expose me to the world, make 2-piece famous. But you gon' rubbing my money, I'ma sell them payments. I don't owe nobody nothing that ain't on me. You want a feature, we charging a fuck nigga fee.
Once I started, stayed on my grind. Nigga grit told me don't waste no time. Smoking big dope, shit smell like pine. I drive a foreign and the wheels look fine. Niggas boring, his flow is not like mine. Couple hundred just to watch my tongue. Niggas boring, his flow is not like mine. A couple hundred just to watch my tongue.
High Tide Stick is a Trezona LLC production. Contact Trezona LLC at trezonallc@gmail.com for questions, comments, or concerns.